Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for... No, it's not Moopsy in the Morning. Moopsy Science Theater 2.4K for April the 25th, 2025. And good morning, Taz. How are you? Okay. Pardon? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Don't say it live then. Chris says, since Chris is not going to be in voice today but is available, they don't hear you. Hang on a second. Taz, would you say something again? Okay, yeah, hang on a second. His mic is not working. Let's see if I can fix that.
Better now?
No, it wasn't you. It was me.
Oh, okay.
OBS sometimes kicks out the mics when I reset them. So now it should be working. You want to say something again? Oh, Chris says it works now. Okay.
Talking.
So OBS has got a beta system on adding in voice channels. It's been working just fine for a lot of the sources. It does not work well with Discord for sources. Good morning, Skeptic Taco Batman 1. Dum, dum, dum. Oh.
Yeah.
In a way, that's good.
It wasn't black.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
That means it's audible.
It means it's towards the output end of it, which can more often be an injury or very normal things, which are a literal pain in the butt. But dark is a problem. That means it's way up.
Yep.
Something that he doesn't want to talk about live because it's on the not something you want to talk about at breakfast time.
I'm just shielding those guys because it doesn't sound like nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Haunt your memories after I tell you, so it's only in respect to you guys.
Chris says, I already had lunch. I haven't had breakfast, but then I got to read it instead. But that's okay. I'm good. I've seen worse things. I promise.
I woke up, went to the toilet, and had a real alien experience.
That's one way to put it. I'm going to say is if it persists, then see a doctor.
Yeah.
It probably won't, but... Yeah, I know that story from so many people, and it usually boils down to it's nothing, just disgusting.
Yeah, hoping so.
Anyway, so Chris can't join us in chat, but he's in chat. I have some Borgie ships that I need to kill today. Which tune am I on here? Oh, and I'm even on the Magical Leoplerodon. Would you like to join me, Taz? Are you in game today?
Yes.
Let me send out some invitations. Well, I thought you just loved coming and chat with me because of my sheer personality.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
That too, yeah. Yeah, that too, he quickly adds. I spent part of yesterday with my son, who finally managed to get his car started, which he loves his car, but for reasons he wasn't able to run it in this state because it didn't have a license and all that. That got resolved yesterday. I have my old car, which was my husband's car, back. And I'm going to get it cleaned up today and hopefully sell it or trade it in and get a new car. Chris has a Borg TFO 60 Herc frigates. Okay, we can do that.
I have 2 destructible projectiles, 40 Devil arthropods, and 6,000 salvage. 5,000 salvage.
You got an easy one then.
Glasses. Where are the glasses?
Oh, I have no idea about that. I have a good pair of glasses, which are right here, but I don't like them particularly because they don't fit well. And then I've got my POS glasses I got from Amazon for like $12, which work just fine. Thank you very much. Chris, I sent you a team invitation. But yeah, we'll kick off with a nice board TFO, and then we'll do a little swarm.
Mm.
But I did notice yesterday when I went in to check my stuff, because I slept in yesterday. Oh my god, I slept till 8, which was kind of late because I had to go to the gym at 9:15, so I didn't get around to doing the game stuff until quite a bit later in the day. Seems we're getting an echelon class starship.
Every day?
Pardon?
Are you going to the gym every day?
No, I go 4 days a week to the gym.
Okay. Well, almost every day.
Yeah, almost every day. The days that I don't go to the gym are the days I go to martial arts.
Okay.
But,
oh, wow.
Hey, I will tell you, going to the gym has definitely made my martial arts better. I can relatively easily throw people where, for 20 years, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I haven't been able to do a lot of this stuff till I started putting on some muscles. It's amazing. Amazing what muscles will do for you.
So you're like the real action hero.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's funny because somebody will attack me in class, for practice, and I just look at them and I start laughing, and it completely ruins it. And I suspect if this were a real life situation, my adrenaline would probably kick in.
Yeah.
But I don't know because I can't get serious in class. I mean, I know what I'm doing, and after 25 years, it's all reflex.
Yeah, but when the adrenaline kicks in, you kind of turn useless.
You're good for about 30 to 40 seconds. Wee woo?
Ah, okay. Wee woo.
Yeah, that's the thing they teach you is, hey, your adrenaline kicks in, you are it. You get it done really fast because that's all you got.
I feel when you get the adrenaline rush, it's one of those times where you do not have any control over your body because your entire body is vibrating.
It is,
like,
but not
at this
necessarily.
point, it's way easier to just start running than do any form of concentration.
And I will tell you, we teach that as a perfectly viable option. If you think running is your best bet, run. But I worked in a hospital for a long time, and I worked in a medical area for a long time. And it gets to the point when something's going on, whether it's wrong or positive, and the adrenaline kicks in, yes, you do vibrate. You start this zzz thing, and you get to be an adrenaline junkie. You feed off of it, and then when it crashes, you feel terrible for days. It's not a good thing.
As I mentioned, I've been doing parasailing and diving and stuff like that. I've been quite an adrenaline junkie. That's why I'm saying you kind of turn useless when all the adrenaline hits you. Because the only useful thing you actually can do is start running because you need to get rid of this energy. Or else you'll just be a gibbering mesh.
Let me interrupt for just a second. Good morning, Mr. Dave, and good morning, Tarantula Rodeo. And what's up? What's up is a bunch of starships in space right there. See, they're all right there, up. Yeah, the thing with adrenaline is it depends on how it hits you. Obviously, it hits me differently because I can focus really clearly during those crises. And having had those crises last for hours, you can't let go of it. And then it gets out of the system and you're a wreck. So when I stopped working at the hospital and started going into sales, it was like, okay, how can I get my fix today? I can't. And that's when I started doing martial arts.
Aha. Because high adrenaline absolutely do not work when you're diving.
No, I wouldn't imagine it would.
You need to be calm.
Yeah.
Because the more, how should I say it, the higher your RPM goes, the more oxygen you need. And being underneath water and having situations like that is like a giant no-no.
Tarantula Rodeo says, normally the best thing to do is run. 99% of the time, yep. Yep. If that's a viable option and you can get away, get away. Don't start stuff. Because no matter how good you are, you don't know if they're better.
My USB hub just reset again.
Lovely.
My power supply is showing its age.
Ooh.
19-year-old now.
Got one more, two more.
So it's kind of funny actually. I have a giant problem with icky stuff.
Okay.
So going diving should actually be one of my biggest no-nos because seaweed and stuff, I can't touch it. It's the
That would
creepiest
be a
stuff that ever
problem.
touched me. So when I'm getting ready to do my first dive into the water from the bridge with only only my bathing suit on because we were going to do some training practices.
Okay.
And I see from the ledge seaweed. And in my mind, this entire day is over. I just want to go home. I'm done. I saw the seaweed. I'm done. And the guy that's with me is like, dude, do you have any idea the amount of planning we've done to get here?
Yeah.
And he's like, you're getting in the water no matter what. He gets up. He's like 3 times my size. Just picks me up and throws me. In the air, I do the most cartoon maneuver you've seen ever and latches on to the bridge, or what was it, the dock we jumped off from, with a death grip. He literally can't loosen me from the dock after he had thrown me. And he's like, okay, I see you're scared. I'm not gonna push this on you because you're never gonna touch water again. Release, I'll pull you up and we're going home.
Oh man.
The moment I released, he said, gotcha! and I was airborne again. I spent about 3 seconds in the water. I was still dry on the top of my body when I was back on land.
I have a few things I react to that way, so I'm not going to say anything.
It was fun, but when I went flying the last time, all the fear went away and it was like, okay, it's done. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
I'm heading over to 2 here since apparently we got a couple going. I used to be fine with flying, and then for whatever reason I suddenly got terrified of flying and promptly got a job in sales. This is right after the hospital, where they would send me all over the country and be like, hey, we need you on a flight in 15 minutes, so if you head over to the airport, everything's set up for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I don't have my magical rune stones with me. I haven't done the prayers and all this. And they're like, we got a patient, go. I can drive. It's 16 hours by car. We need you there in 8. I'll drive part of the way. No. Nope. And then after having to be places, after about a year of that, I got better with it. Now I just hate airports, but that's not because I'm afraid of them. I hate them because they're airports. That said, Indianapolis has a lovely airport. It's very, very user-friendly. And then you have to get on the airplane filled with idiots.
I have seen 2 airports. The main airport in Norway and the airport where I live.
Well, when I'd be out doing sales calls with the sales team, they would take us places, and they would usually fly from location to location. So we were in Pennsylvania, which is a much bigger state than I thought it was. And because it's very mountainous, old mountains but still mountainous, it's not easy to drive from place to place and be time and cost efficient. So there are little local commuter airlines there. And we'd be on a sales call and they say, okay, we have to be at the airport in 15 minutes. We get to the airport's closed. Which sounds really stupid, but there's only one flight a day or maybe 2 flights a day. So about 5 minutes before the plane lands, a guy comes driving up like crazy, grabs his keys, unlocks the front door, basically turns on the lights, checks us in, does all the security thing, puts our luggage out on the airplane, waits for us to get on the plane and the plane to launch, and then gets his keys and leaves. Yes, Tarantula Rodeo, I am in Indy, scenic Indy. And if you want to know where, I'm over by Eagle Creek Reservoir. There's a lot of us down here. JB's down here, Crastix is down here. Well, JB's a little bit more north, but closer here than a lot of other places. Fine, whoever shot that, fine, be that way.
Do you want to know how creative we are in name?
Say that again?
You want to know how creative we are in city names?
Sure.
I sent it in text to you.
Okay, I'll go take a look. Ooh, don't die, Mom. Oh, well, I died. That's boring. Oh, okay, so, yeah, I've been up to South Bend a few times. Okay, is that uncreative?
Well, in English it almost sounds like sadness.
Ah!
The next place is, which in Norwegian means luck. So you can literally go and visit hell in Norway.
Oh, you can visit hell in Michigan, too. Seriously.
They've called the place hell?
Yep, hell, Michigan. I actually like Michigan, so that's not fair, but... Let's see. Tarantula Rodeo, we need to find a halfway point between you, me, and JB and go get coffee someday. I'll bring Crastix with us, because he's, 10 miles from me.
Mom, like that?
Yep. Welcome to hell. It's a huge paintball field in Hell, Michigan. Let's see. Chris said he needed some Herc frigates. So let me see if I need anything that's all damage. I'm going to queue us up for the swarm. This is for you, Chris. This might take a moment to get there. So Tarantula Rodeo, I'm originally way back in the day, a long time ago, from a little teeny town near St. Joe, if you know where that is. Actually, you might know it. It's Sawyer. It's where the Warren Dunes are.
Nope. You have to remember, I have barely left Norway.
Oh, no, I meant for Tarantula Rodeo, if he knows where...
okay.
If he's from South Bend, Warren Dunes is maybe 2 hours to the west, but it's one of 2 big places where a lot of Chicagoans go for, a day off during the summer. So Warren Dunes is one of the biggest sand dunes in the world. And it can take you an hour to climb the dune and then maybe a minute to roll back down or run back down. Oh my gosh! Okay. Tarantula Rodeo said, yes, I had a house in Warren Dunes in Bridgman. Yes, you did. So yeah, I'm Sawyer, so just a little bit south of Bridgman. Now, there used to be the best quilting fabric store in Bridgman, which well, little teeny town, and this woman sold fabrics from her house. She had a little shed, maybe 8 by 10, and she had turned it into a fabric store, and she had wall-to-wall fabrics in there. How you kind of had to go in sideways and creep around, and she would have gorgeous things. And I have no idea how she did it, and you just knew about it by word of mouth. And you had to go down this old dirt road, and then there's this kind of creepy house back there. But nope, quilting place. There we go. Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Wee woo, Chris. Waiting for Chris's wee woo, yes. Okay. Don't want to do this and then find out he's not in it because we're doing it for him. Do you have anything on yours? Oh, you said you had D1 arthropods and destructible torpedoes.
Destructible torpedoes are done.
I would think so. I have the arthropods 2 and AP damage on the ground, but I'll do that later today. So I've started listening to Kel doing Vengeance God in the afternoons and doing my endeavors in the afternoons. And no, Chris, I did not do gravity kills. And it's not going to get done. Speaking of, what is coming up today? What have we got for our endeavor today? This weekend's endeavor, I think it's something horrible. It's Days of Doom. And Monday is defeat a bioengineered Viriosaurus Rex. Wednesday is Forged in Fire, and Friday is Tour the Galaxy. This is not going to be an awesome week.
The Herc are about to overrun this planet and time.
Tarantula Rodeo says, one of the few places, I assume you mean Bridgman, I've seen a physical manifestation of a ghost. How interesting. So last night I was not on. I was saying I've been doing my dailies while listening to Vengeance God, and then he's out sick. I saw that on his feed today. So now that I've gotten in the habit of going to listen to him, he's probably sick and not doing a show for a little bit. But he was talking about playing Stowe yesterday, and I forgot he was going to have a couple of the devs on with him.
Has anyone tried the new shuttlecraft skill?
Nope. What skill is it?
I've switched ships, forgot why I switched ships, and just remembered, oh yeah, the event is done. I was supposed to put it on this one, but I never did.
Tarantula Rodeo says, or Chris asked, physical as in bed sheet on a string? And Tarantula Rodeo responds, as in a woman all in white walking through the snow in the middle of the night. I see weird stuff when we have really good snowstorms going on. I'm going to go take this satellite. Oh, we still have four? Four. We got 4 more to go. There we go. What did we miss? Oh, there's somebody right there. Yep.
Well done. The gem had...
I got me a satellite right here if we ever get the okay to do them. So I'm seriously thinking about going out and buying a car today.
Don't you have a car?
I do. I have two.
Then why do you want to buy a car?
Well, car that I like the most has about 120,000 miles on it. Needs new tires, needs new sensors for the braking system, and it needs something else. So
it's easier to buy a new car than it is to fix the old one.
yeah, and then I have a car that's in really good shape, but I don't like it. I don't like Fords particularly. It's fine, but you know, when it's fine point, it's like, why don't I just trade them both in and buy a car that's a little smaller, a little more practical, because I don't travel as much as I used to. New, less worries, under warranty for 3 more years, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I might as well get that done. Did we get all 4? We got all 4. Ooh. Tarantula Radio. I used to live in Chicago, but I would drive to East Lansing every Sunday to work for a company based out of Sparrow Hospital. So if it's between here and East Lansing, I know it. Or sorry, if it's between Chicago and East Lansing, I know it.
Head to escape route Beta. The last protect the refugee ships. Herc's ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over
And then
there.
I know the UP fairly well too. And Taz, for you, Michigan is a state that consists of 2 peninsulas with various Great Lakes surrounding them, different Great Lakes surrounding them. So the UP is the Upper Peninsula, mostly farming and mining, not farming, excuse me, logging and mining.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's on the, Lake Superior, lots of really good and interesting storms. Lots and lots and lots and lots of snow.
Okay.
And it's like a different planet because they speak differently than the Lower Peninsula. So the Lower Peninsula had a travel phrase. You know, every state here, they're like, oh, come visit scenic Illinois. And that might be their clever thing. And Michigan had one that said, say yes to Michigan. And the Upper Peninsula came right back and said, say ya to the UP, eh? Because they talk a little bit different up there. Yes, that was a long drive tarantula rodeo, and I did it once in a blizzard. And hit some black ice just off the expressway from where my cousin lived. Thank goodness, because if you're going to go off the road where your cousin lives.
Black ice, is that what we call blue ice?
It's where there is a thick enough coating of ice on the asphalt that you can't see the ice because it just looks wet, but it's still enough to take your car off the road.
Yeah, okay.
Herc's ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
And that was my lesson to, hey, you know, when the guy at the front desk of the hotel says, yeah, we got a blizzard coming in and we're going to be shut down, you know, you can stay here, no problem, but there won't be any roads cleared for 3 to 4 days, so you know, just camp out and chill. And I'm thinking, yeah, it hasn't hit Chicago yet. I've got 6 hours to get home. Technically, yes, I had 6 hours to get home. But I'm not going to do that again. Oh, go shoot those guys.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
You know, I've never been up there. There is an island between the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula. And I'm going to either say it right or wrong. It's either Mackinac or Mackinac. I think it's Mackinac Island.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Or it's Mackinac Island and it's the Straits of Mackinac. Anyway, they're not pronounced the same way, even though they're spelled the same way. And every year on Labor Day, so first weekend in September, they close this bridge. to car traffic. It's the only way to drive from the Lower Peninsula to the Upper Peninsula directly. Otherwise, you have to go around through a different state. And they close it so that people can walk across this extremely high bridge over the Straits of Mackinac. And every year my brother's like, hey, come on up here. And we can walk across it. And I remind him, what are the two things I'm terrified of? Heights and bridges over water. It's like, okay, so not the thing you want to do. Nope. But I might do it this year. He's getting older, and we lost our sister this year, so I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I will do it and just see if I can avoid freaking out. And then drive the 10 hours home from there. But the island in the Straits, obviously you can't drive there, so you can take a boat over there. I don't think you can even fly in. There aren't cars permitted. You can bicycle, and I think there's some like golf cart type transports around there. But it's all walking. It's very nice. I've never been there though. Yeah, all bikes. I think the only thing with I could be wrong about this. I don't even know if they pick up the garbage with the little electric golf cart type things. Given that there's tourist hotels there, I thought they allowed a garbage truck, and I could be wrong about that. The hotel is very famous. I have heard of it. I have never been there. Maybe I should put that on my list of things to do. But I've applied for a new passport so I can go over to Denmark and Sweden for a couple of weeks and visit my family.
If you're coming so close as to Sweden, then you have to cross the border.
I've never been to Norway.
Never?
Never. I've only been to Sweden once, Denmark a couple of times, but I used to travel to Germany a lot. London and England in general, a lot, because I had a company based out of there. I worked for a company based out of Germany, been to Paris a couple of times, Switzerland a lot, because I have family there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now that I don't have obligations and my son's willing to watch the doggers, well, if you're going to go, you got to go for more than 3 or 4 days.
Yep.
First trip over, though, my husband and I had just gotten married, and he had to go to Denmark for work, so I went to Switzerland to hang out with my sister for a week,
Yeah.
and then flew up to Denmark to join him. And we got home, and my mom, who loves my doggers, had been dogger sitting, and my dog just looked at me and did this, I don't know who you are, look. So I hate to leave him alone for a week, or with my son, even though they adore my son.
Considering my retired status, I've never have to leave my dogs.
Well, I don't have to leave my dogs unless I want to go traveling. Who has joined us? Ouch!
Musen.
Oh no, I love the toaster on. It's a Musen. Good morning, Musen.
But one time my parents really wanted to borrow my dog
Okay.
because they were considering getting themselves one. Mine was so calm until they picked it up.
Oh.
It didn't do anything. All it did was crying at the door.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's
So
so
they
sad.
didn't get to go on a trip with him. They didn't even get to take him out into the yard.
Oh, poor
Because
baby.
if they wasn't going to the car, he was like, no, not having it. And this was my game also, so if he wasn't moving, he wasn't moving.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's so sad, though. That's
So,
interesting.
I understand why people do the be alone training for the dog. Because he completely lost it without me. It was kind of sad to listen to.
Oh, I can imagine. Tarantula Rodeo says 30 minutes and my weekend starts. Woo! Excellent. Excellent, yeah. Today's a little weird of a day because I was supposed to go to the gym at 11, And my trainer is leaving the gym and going to the corporate offices near Columbus, Ohio, which is great because I used to be in Columbus and now I have an excuse to go up to Columbus every now and then. But so he's doing this really weird, hey, I'm trying to push everything down so we can drive up to Columbus this evening. And I'm like, that's fine. Just, if your appointment's canceled, just call me and I'll be on my way. But I need to sit him down and explain that once he's gone, I'm not going to keep going to the gym 4 days a week. Well, I will, but I'm not going to go.
That makes sense.
Pardon?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's summer. I can go bicycling 1 or 2 days. I can still do martial arts, and I'm going to go for 2 days a week, maybe. And then I can get serious about this again in the fall when the weather gets cold and sitting in the hot tub and the sauna and all that's nice.
Do you do any swimming?
I love swimming.
Yeah.
Yep. It's interesting. They have an outdoor swimming pool and an indoor swimming pool. The outdoor pool, obviously, is for the summer. But they have so many people who bring their kids with, they've turned the outdoor pool into not just the lap pool, but they've got these massive water slides and kiddie areas and all this stuff. So it's like a little swim park for the kids. And they've got lifeguards and all that. So the kids can swim while the parents do stuff. During the summer, not during the winter. During the winter, it's just the indoor pool for swimming your laps, which I like doing. It's fine. It's a little boring, but it's fine. What next shall we do? Where are we? Yeah, we still got 20 minutes left here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to jump to a different tune here. Let me...
You rang my doorbell.
Who rang your doorbell?
The dog?
No. I was trying to get an appointment to have some stuff sorted for me, but that person wasn't available when I was available. And they took it upon themselves to, without announcement, show up at my doorstep at a time that was too early for me.
Oh, dude, you have to take those.
Take what? What?
If he's getting help, it's
Yeah, but
if
don't.
they
They-
show up and you don't open the door, that will be noted and it
Oh
will
no,
be.
I opened the door. I
Oh,
talked to
okay,
them.
okay.
And then when they decided that maybe they should come in and talk to me some more, I'm like, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, you didn't let them in?
Well, I didn't let them come in and sit down. I let them come into the hallway all the way up to the first floor.
Okay.
where-
Musen, when you're awake, call them back, please.
But they asked me to think when everything's
Yep.
still spinning. They asked
Yeah,
me to
I know.
come to my
They don't
house.
understand. Just call them back and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm awake now. I'm a functional human being. Can we talk?"
A functional human being now. That.
No, but
I've been there. I have sent them away, and sending them away makes it 10 times harder getting them back.
I
That's
don't
why it's
care
so
if it's 10
important.
times harder getting them back. I'm actually like pissed off that they came along without announcing anything
Yeah, but you don't
at a
have a
time
phone.
earlier than I would make an
they can't-
appointment with them.
They can't announce anything because they don't have a way of reaching you.
Yeah, they do.
Your
They
Discord?
got Discord. They got a way of reaching me.
Musen.
No, they've sent me messages on Discord trying to make an appointment.
Let me interrupt.
I just do not appreciate.
Oh,
Yeah.
call him back if you want to. If you don't call him back, then it goes on you, and you'll figure it out. Tarantula Radio. What kind of martial arts did you do? I started off in Taekwondo, American Taekwondo, whoop, big whoop, and went to 4th degree in that, and now I'm doing Hosen Sul and Hapkido, which I like. Chris is stepping away for a moment, and we'll be back probably doing work stuff. How dare he do work during work time? I need some Polaron damage in space, and I found some Polaron stuff in a box here, so I threw that on. So I just need to do something spacey. What a concept. And I'm not doing gravity kills.
Patrol?
We can do patrols, yeah. We can wait for Chris to get back, though.
Yeah.
Unless he tells us he's going to be gone for a while. So anyway, I now have 2 cars sitting in my driveway with one person.
Oh.
Goal plan is to have 1 car. There are car services here in the States, like Carvana and a couple others, where you can get a quote over the phone on what they're willing to pay for your car in cash. And then they come out with a tow truck, and they tow away your car and give you a check. And I'm thinking, well, that's convenient.
Won't the tow truck detract from the value of your car?
No, it's one of those trucks where they pull it onto the back of a flatbed.
Yeah, but doesn't that cost money to send out to you?
They provide it to you. It's part of their service.
Okay.
Yeah, they have their own trucks. It's a whole nationwide thing. You coordinate with them, so they might say, okay, your car's worth $5,000. Is that acceptable to you? Yeah. Do you have the title? Yeah. Okay, let's coordinate for the day and time for the truck, and we'll have it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I started in Taekwondo, as we mostly do, and Shorin Ryu in school in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I did Thai kickboxing until I met some Canadians.
And then it turned into Canadian kickboxing.
Yes, it did. I have the bruises. It's been 20 years and I still have the bruises.
And the cuts from the skates.
No, they took off their skates.
And that L shape of the hockey stick on your
yes.
face.
You keep that forever. It was a drill, and these guys were kicking with full force with pads on, and I still got hurt. I'm thinking, guys, we have a tournament tomorrow. You want to chill?
Nope.
Nope. Nope. So yes, I don't practice with Canadians anymore.
They're very friendly people.
They can afford to be friendly when they kick that hard.
Yes, they can.
We are, by the way, in a commercial break, so for some people they're
the
going...
thing is, they kick that hard in high school too, you know.
Yeah, my niece used to play hockey, and it's like, it's not really hockey till you get the first stick or puck in the face.
Oh, I had a Canadian friend, and the stories I heard from him when he was young, I'm like, wow, it's a miracle he's still alive.
Yeah, really.
You know, that he had all his fingers when he came out of school.
I'm typing to Chris even though I can talk to him. He's listening, he just can't respond. Chris, do you have a preference in what we do? We talked about doing a patrol or something. But I can do anything. I just need some spacey damage. Yeah, I know you can hear me. I just, get stupid sometimes.
I just remember to put new gear on. Let's have a look how it looks.
Chris is saying Jupiter Eratus. Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
Okay. Works for me. Wee woo. And today being a really exciting day, they're bringing the dumpster into our little community here. And if you have yard waste, meaning sticks and branches from trees that came down during the last storm, you can just dump them. Which is great if they put it right in front of my house, but I think they're going to put it down the street, so it means exercise today as I haul all the sticks over there.
The mission scout ships are frigates? I did not expect that.
They kind of get loose and with the descriptions.
The Terrans will be here soon to steal scientific data.
Drive home, Tarantula Radio. Be safe. Rodeo. Oh, God, I'm never going to say that right. Drive home. Be safe. Don't be stupid.
There we go.
And hopefully we won't have a patch tonight, so I'll be on tonight. Got home from the gym yesterday, flipped on the game, and oh, we're patching tonight. Son of a gun. I don't even know what they patched.
They didn't say.
But it was like a 3-hour... Yeah, I didn't see any patch notes either, but I checked at 5 o'clock, which is when they said they were going to be down. They said they're going to be down for 2.5 hours. I'm like, fine, I'm just going to go to the grocery store and deal with real life.
E60 torpedo launcher?
I'm going to head over here to Gamma for a little bit. So, oh, nobody's at Beta. I'll go to Beta.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our system. The ships at Jupiter Station.
Well, technically they will when the timer goes down. Let's see, we've got, what, another 4 days of this event? Something like that?
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
Is that right? It's through the 29th. Isn't it through the 29th? Yep, 29th. So, current event ends on Tuesday. And I like Bozeman. I just wish it wasn't the event. I wish it was on more often because I enjoy playing it.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
No, they're not.
Yeah, well, he can't stop himself from just saying it.
If only he could.
So there's the old story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Is that strictly an American thing?
No.
Okay. That's what he's like, constantly going, do this, because they'll do that. So we ignore him. So my lag is getting more and more noticeable. Not like even full seconds, but I'll click on a target and it thinks about it before it actually targets.
Yeah, well, she's dead.
Yeah, but she'll be back. I mean, she has to be insta-dead to not come back. Oops. Much as we would like her to be insta-dead.
She's already fleeing before we get there.
Well, she's not stupid. She's just dead.
Oh, which actually means that she is dead.
Yeah, but she hasn't said the magic words yet that says she's dead. She has to come back and pretend she's bored because we've pulverized her ship.
The new ability is not affected by Boimler.
Is that good or bad?
That's really bad.
Oh, okay. So apparently you have to kill her twice for her to stay dead.
Apparently.
I'll mail myself a present here. What am I hearing in the background there?
Rosanna.
Oh.
That was a Ferengi. And make sure he doesn't speak again.
Well, one last one? That would be Musin. Chris.
Sure.
Musin, you haven't picked one. Your turn.
Oof. Good question. I don't know.
Bug
I
disconnected.
usually go with whatever.
If you don't know, always go for bug disconnected.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just no. Resistance Starbase one. Okay, I was going to do defense, but we can do resistance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Wee woo.
We
We
will.
will. After this, I'm gonna get ready to walk the dog.
And after this, I'm gonna go downstairs and jump in the shower and make breakfast and all those exciting things. And then go hit the gym. Because it's sunup. It's so weird. After the whole winter of it's dark until 8 o'clock, and now the sun's up by the time we're halfway into the show. Next week it'll be 6 a.m. The sun will be up. I'm sorry, I love it when I get up. I would hate for the sun to be streaming in my face first thing in the morning because my bedroom faces west, and that would be a bad thing. But I do like it being light in the morning. You know, as I'm waking up and it's light outside and I can hear the birds chirping. And if the weather's decent, I'll leave my door open. Oh, little dog came up. I have no idea where the big dog is. We haven't gotten the mosquitoes yet, so I've left the doors open downstairs so the dogs can just go in and out when they want.
I must admit, a 1 minute DPRM is kinda juicy.
You were the one who told me I didn't need to waste my money on a DPRM.
I'm using the full DPRM set, so I'm getting the improved DPRM. Kinda funny, I had all the other pieces of the DPRM set before I had the DPRM. A long time before I had the DPRM, and when I finally got it, it was like... how should I say? I just completed the set on the Atlas and didn't move it for the longest time.
Oh!
Yeah, the improved version of it, without any extra cooldown, gives you 1 minute DPRM.
Wow.
If you add unconventional systems to it, it is up 24/7 because the cooldown is ready before. The buff is still active while the when the cooldown is ready again. Kinda cool.
That sounds amazing. I'm jealous. I want toys.
But using it in the way you wanted to use it, it wouldn't be improved. It would only be the DPRM 2 minute and 40%. That's why I said you could just use the M16 computer because it's 30 and
it's good enough.
10% doesn't matter that much. Especially when you're considering getting a whole premium ship for 10%, it's like...
Yeah, if I played this at a better level, it might be worth it. I don't, though. Maybe someday.
When you feel confident enough and you find it being worth the resources, absolutely go for it. It will help you in every other build. But for what we were doing, it was only 10% extra, and that Yeah, it wasn't worth 1.5 billion EC.
Well, I had a coupon for it. And I've got some coupons. I've been slowly trying to put all of my stuff together. Who just joined us there? It's a Graz. Good morning, Graz.
Good morning.
Sleeping in today or busy with real life?
I just got up probably about 30 minutes ago.
Ooh.
Keep in mind it's only 6:02 where I'm at.
That's true. You're over there on the wrong side of the planet.
No. Hey, I was out behind you.
I'm just teasing.
I know.
So my drive to and from my class on Wednesday nights is now an extra hour because they're doing road work. And the road work is done when I'm going, so it's not slowed down or stopped, so they can do construction trucks, but it's still one lane and down at 45 miles an hour. So it adds an hour to my trip each way, which means instead of getting home at 11 if I'm lucky, I'm getting home at 12:30 if I'm lucky. So yesterday morning, the alarm goes off at 5. I looked at the alarm and I'm like, I'm just going to sleep 5 more minutes. Next thing I know, it's almost 5:30. Picked up the phone, sent Chris a message going, sleeping in.
Nice.
And it was nice. I slept till almost 8 yesterday, so just teasing about the 6 o'clock being sleeping in. So how's life in Grazland, Graz?
Got one issue taken care of.
Oh, good.
A billion more to go.
Say again?
A billion more to go.
Oh, okay.
Not really a billion, but still.
Hey, there's always something on the list.
Oh, of course.
I'm being super brutal right now and going through all my stuff going, am I ever going to use this? No. Why am I keeping it? That's a good question. And then I got the...
items, discard multiple items.
Well, some of these are nice things I don't want to discard. Like I have sterling silver gift things that, were traditional wedding presents a generation ago.
I was thinking you were cleaning out in Star Trek.
Oh, no. I'm never going to clean my stuff in Star Trek. Come on. I hold on to everything in Star Trek. But I've been that way in real life. And I realized I'm holding on to my father-in-law's sterling silver service pieces.
Yeah, get that appraised before you do anything. I was like sitting on a lot of old computer hardware, and all the computer hardware I sold was highly sought out retro stuff. So I could have gotten a lot of money from it instead of just throwing it away because my girlfriend said so. You're not using it. Throw it.
With respect, don't listen to what your girlfriend says. I say that as a woman. Do not listen to girlfriends when they tell you to get rid of stuff. They may not know. But that's a good point. I have 3 computers out in the garage. I might be able to drag my son over here one day and rip them apart for components.
And if they're so bad, you can always take them to a recycler.
Yeah.
I know that there's at least 1 or 2 spots here where I live that will buy the stuff off of you.
I will check into that.
Yeah, but honestly, they're the main reason why is there's rare elements and other precious stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
I know that they use gold in electronics.
They do, yeah.
I'm sorry.
But there's other even more precious minerals in there that they can reclaim.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the fact that they don't produce a lot of the cards anymore, that you kind of need to run old hardware. I was looking at a movie today before we started about a guy who literally got another guy from the other side of the world because he had the other only one ship that they ever knew of. He had the only ship, so he photographed it,
Uh-huh.
sent the photographs to him, and he made his own PCB out of it.
Oh, wow.
That's like, oh, wow, guys.
That's just
Then you really want something old to work again.
Yeah. No, I have my original computer that my husband built for me that is completely dead. I mean, I could rebuild it, but I don't see a point. I have the one he had that is dead. I have the one that he started to build but never finished, and I know what's involved in getting that up to speed, and I don't think there's anything salvageable out of that one. So, got 3 computers. I have 4 laptops that I need to retrieve everything from the memories and put on an external hard drive, which I have here. That's just a weekend project of set it up and let it run.
What would you like to do with them? Do you want them operational so you can just go and have a trip down memory lane, or do you want them to look pretty and just stay in a place where you can see them?
I need
because
one.
They hold emotional value, don't they?
No, they don't. The stuff on the hard drive holds value, but the rest of it, they're just black boxes. When you have that many, they stop having memories, so to speak.
Okay.
So I'm fine with getting rid of them. I want to have one functional PC and one functional laptop that can run the game so I can take vacations with the game.
Mm-hmm.
I have goals. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It's a little bit later than I planned. Chris has real work to do, I'm sure. I'm sure we all have things we need to be doing today. So, game plan is, providing there's no patch tonight, we will be on starting at 6 tonight, so in about 11 hours. And run 2-3 hours. We'll see how it goes. It is Days of Doom for the weekend, so if anybody wants to do Days of Doom, we can hit it tonight.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. And as we like to say, I need more coffee. As we like to say around here, stay moopsome.
Moopsy. Moopsy. Shun the non-believer. Shun.
And I will make it a threesome. Do you even hear yourself?
I'm just not going to hit the buttons anymore, Musin. I'm just going to trust you to do it all. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.